Hey, what's up, bro? So you've probably seen tons of morning routines on the internet, and you're probably like, oh, which one do I choose? So I did it the hard way, and I did a bunch of different morning routines, and so none of them really worked that well. So this one I came up with, and it's helped me make more money, just be more productive, improve my mental health. It's just helped my life in general quite a bit, so I'm here to share it with you. Most people overcomplicate their morning routines, and they make it like 3 hours, and they do like 5 different ice baths, and then like a 20-minute skincare routine. So it's not going to be any of that bullshit. This morning routine is meant to set your day up for success. So back in my extreme loser days, I would wake up at 1 p.m. after playing like 16 hours of video games, and the first thing I'd do was hop on my phone, which is a self-improvement cardinal sin. So the first thing I'd do is hop on my phone, not even get out of bed, and just scroll on social media. And the first thing I'd do is actually just open up Snapchat and try to keep up this snap streak with this girl. And she would give me like 2-word replies, and I thought that was awesome. But little did I know, she was actually like fucking multiple other guys while I was like keeping this streak up. So I was an absolute loser. So after I'd scroll on social media, I would go straight to the cabinet and get microwave popcorn, and then go back to my room, eat that. And I was so lazy that I wouldn't even like throw the bag away. I would just leave these popcorn bags laying around in my room, and there's a little pile. And then after that, I would scroll on my phone a little more. One thing would lead to another, and then I'd fap. And then after that, I'd play video games the whole entire day. So as you can see, I had one of the worst morning routines ever. And most of these morning routines you hear on the internet aren't very sustainable. So this one is meant so you can do it every single day, and it sets your day up to be a good day. First, let's think about what you need to remove from your life. So usually when people try to like become more productive and do these routines, they keep on thinking about what they need to put in their life and what they need to add. They need to add all these special techniques, these new schedules, these new calendars, all this like crap. But what you really need to do is figure out all the unnecessary things that you're doing and take them out. So just think about all the unnecessary things that you do in the morning. There's this thing called decision fatigue, and you think of it like when you wake up, you have a health bar, and this is your full like decision-making power. Every time you make a decision or do something, it goes down a little bit. And a lot of us, when we wake up, we already make like 5 pointless decisions or do like certain activities that drain our energy, so this bar goes down. And then it goes down and down and down, and when it's the time to actually do something important or you want to sit down to work, and then now it's super low by the time you want to work. And now you have a lot of brain fog, you can't make clear thoughts, you can't come up with good ideas. So we really need to just take a lot of these unnecessary, pointless things we do out of our life first. So here's what I do to reduce as much decision fatigue as possible in the morning. So I figured out that the 2 main things that sort of sucked a lot of my energy away and distracted me the most were notifications and social media. So basically, I just don't use my phone at all in the morning, and when I do use it later on in the morning, I turn off all of my notifications, so there's nothing else distracting me, and it won't like cause me to go off into a rabbit hole and start making these random decisions. Another thing I do is I wear pretty much the same clothes every day. So it's not like I wear the same t-shirt, but I just have a lot of flannels that I like and a lot of black shirts, and I just throw those on. So this just helps me so I don't have to like make this unnecessary decision of like what I need to wear and spend 10 minutes thinking about it, because it's already there for me. Same thing with what I eat. I eat the same thing for breakfast almost every single day. And then also I write down what I do every single day in my morning routine before I wake up, so I do it the night before. All of these little things sort of add up, and you can see how they might all reduce your decision fatigue. So we need to try and just get a lot of these things set up, take the unnecessary things out, so we can have kind of like an idea of what we're doing in the morning and have it ready. Okay, so that was the first thing, is just to take these unnecessary things out of your morning, because that will fry your brain, and it'll really like negatively affect this section that I'll explain later on. So we know that our morning routine needs to be sustainable, and it needs to feel almost instinctual. So that's why it's not a 3-hour routine, okay? So right when you wake up, like hop out of bed as quickly as you can, and don't just sit there like looking at the ceiling depressed or opening your phone. And the reason why you want to hop just straight out of bed is because it kind of has like this mental like aspect. So when you wake up and you just hop straight out of bed like you're super excited to wake up, even if you're not, you're kind of tricking your brain to just make yourself feel a little more happy out of the day. When I wake up and I just spring out of bed, my body's reaction is just to be kind of excited. It just does it as a side effect. And just having that like as the first second of your day, like the complete beginning of the day, that really is just a good little start of the day, and it gives you that little bit of momentum you need to really like start moving forward with your routine. So I recommend like when you wake up, you just spring out of bed and just like do some gesture that shows you're excited. Like I'll just spring out of bed and I'll be like, let's do this. And I'll look at my goals that I taped on the wall and just look at them for a bit and think about them. A lot of our morning routine actually comes down to the day before. So here's some things you need to do the night before to have a better like morning routine. So what I recommend is you write down what you're gonna do the next day right before you go to sleep or like something like that. So write down a list of what you're gonna do that day and then just get sufficient amount of sleep. That's pretty simple, right? So if you want 8 hours of sleep, you should spend like 9 to 8.5 hours in bed. And then to wake up, what I do to wake up without an alarm, I just do like a little bit more of a natural approach. So I just leave my curtains open like that. So I don't have this cancerous alarm that like traumatizes you because it has that like horrible sound. I just leave them open and they wake me up naturally, and I notice that gives me a lot more energy in the morning. So pretty much just spring out of bed, write a to-do list for the day before, get like proper sleep, and leave your curtains open so you can wake up easier. Okay, so now we have a little bit of momentum going and a little bit of positivity. So this just really helps, like, it's just like a mindset thing, right? So now that we have these basic things down, what I do is I just look at the goals on my wall and I just say like, hell yeah, I'm gonna destroy these goals and do them. And that just kind of adds a little bit more momentum. This is all about building some momentum to get us ready for the day, to just like sort of prime our brain to not be so negative, right? So what I recommend is you just write 3 goals. Don't write any more. Just write 1 to 3 goals that you really care about. Put them on your wall. And every time you wake up and spring out of bed, the first thing you see are those goals. After all of that, like kind of mindset stuff, which takes like 2 minutes, probably less, I just do the basics. So I drink like half a liter of water. It's crazy how like many people are dehydrated. It's actually kind of pathetic. Like so many people get these migraines and like have health problems, and it's just because they're dehydrated. So if you just drink like half a liter of water in the morning, like it'll have great effects, and it's just super helpful. So drink like half a liter of water in the morning, and then what I do is I just wash my face and brush my teeth. But then after that, I'm about to be doing this deep work period, which I'll explain in a sec. But before that, I want to get myself ready so I can provide and do the best deep work possible. So what I do is I have a super quick exercise routine, and then I meditate. So the first thing is I do is I stretch for like 3 to 5 minutes, and then I do an extremely intense exercise. So I do 60 push-ups and then 3 minutes of burpees straight, which is absolutely tiring. And then I do push-ups to failure, burpees, push-ups to failure, burpees, and then I drill double leg takedowns, which is just like a wrestling drill. It's great cardio and a great exercise, and I do that for 3 minutes straight. So the reason why I do this is just to get some oxygen in my brain, kind of just excite myself even more, get myself woken up. You don't really need like caffeine to do this. Just move your body, wake yourself up. You're kind of just telling yourself like, come on, it's time to get started. So after that, I'm feeling great. You know, I just hyped myself up, did the mindset stuff. Now my body's feeling good. So the last thing I do is I just meditate for like 10 minutes. If you're not meditating right now, I know it sounds like some weird thing to meditate, but trust me, bro, just give it a try. It's like super helpful. So even if you just do it for like 5 to 10 minutes a day, it'll help you a lot with your life. So now let's just do a quick recap because I've kind of said a lot. So eating the frog is essentially just doing the most important task or the hardest task of the day pretty much first thing in the morning. So before we even do this, you need to figure out what the most important task is or what the most difficult thing is. So write down like 3 main goals you have, and you can pause the video and take a sec to do this. So if you don't write those down right now, you're a bitch. So write down write down like 3 main goals you have. Let's just say it's to get like jacked, make money online, right? Those two. If honestly, let's just focus on just getting jacked. Let's say you just really want to get jacked, right? So the eating the frog task would just be like doing an insane workout. Or if I wanted to make money online, eating the frog task would be like doing the most difficult and like doing the most difficult and like hardest task that uses my brain the most first thing in the morning. So what are the benefits of doing this eating the frog task? So there's really a few reasons. The first one is starting the day off with doing something super difficult and challenging. It could be physically challenging or mentally challenging, whatever it is. It makes the rest of the day feel much easier, and then it allows you to like do all these other tasks a lot more because they all feel a lot easier. So it just primes your day up to be more like productive. And the third reason why you need to do like your deep work period for like 2 to even like 4 hours in the morning is because this is when you have the most mental capacity. This is when you have the most brain power ready for the day. And here's an example to just make this make a little more sense. So, you know when you come back from school and you just want to like lay down on your bed and like just do literally nothing? That's because your brain is tired and you just made a bunch of decisions that day. When you're at school, you have all these decisions about who you're going to talk to, what you're going to say, what people are thinking, all of that. At the end of that school day, your brain is now like kind of fried, and that's why when you try to do something productive after a long day of school, it's difficult to like actually do it because your brain power is kind of lowered. So that's why I recommend doing it early in the morning, because you have a little bit more mental capacity at that time. So once again, in order to find out what you need to do in a deep work period, just figure out the main thing you want to change about your life right now. So maybe you're not making the money you want. Maybe you're skinny fat. Maybe, I don't know, whatever it is. Try to figure that out and then write down a certain time frame of when you want to achieve a certain part of this goal. So if it's making money online, let's say as a beginner, I want to make $400 this month, right? It's not that much. So let's say I want to do that in 30 days, right? I need to figure out what I need to do what's the most important thing I need to do every single day in order to reach this goal. And then that's sort of your eat the frog task. So you do that difficult thing, the most important thing you need to do every single day, first thing in the morning. Right now, write this down on a piece of paper so you can like do this. Or you can just, I'll probably just put it in the link in the description. So first thing is go to bed around 9 or 9:30 and then wake up around 5:30 to 6 a.m. So, and don't check your phone at all. After that, or just like right now, write down your 3 or just like 1 goal that you have and put it on a piece of paper. And then after you spring out of bed when you wake up, just stare at it on the wall and say some like encouraging thoughts about it. Then after that, drink half a liter of water and then do intense exercise for like 10 to 20 minutes. After that, you just want to meditate and then do your eat the frog task for like 1 to 3 hours. So yeah, bro, this isn't a very complicated routine. It's super simple, but it can set you up for a very productive day, and it'll just improve your mental health and just get you towards your goals quicker and more efficiently. So that's pretty much it. If you like these kind of videos, subscribe. If not, it's all good. I'm thinking when I get to 500 subscribers, I'm going to be doing something kind of crazy. I'm going to be doing like a 14 or 30 day survival challenge in the woods. So if you want to see that, just subscribe if you want. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you implement these steps. I'll leave a link in the description of the full routine. Bye.